Create a life by design, not a life that's just 75 days where you're getting results and then going back to your old lifestyle, not a diet where it's just 90 days of keto or carnivore and then you don't know what to eat and then you just sabotage your results. People want it easy and they want something that they know is gonna work. Here's the truth. If you want real results in life that you can sustain, it's not gonna be easy, it's not gonna come quick. So just know that going into it. Rather than trying to get the quick wins and the quick results, create a plan that you can follow for the rest of your life. Welcome back to another episode of the Unstoppable Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Crane. Thank you for tuning in. Today, this is going to be a good message for anybody that's wanting to develop discipline or get fit and in shape and follow a structured plan and develop the right habits. I want to talk specifically about 75 Hard and what I think about 75 Hard and how it compares to the Unstoppable 365 app that me and my team members use to coach our clients. First of all, Andy Frisella created 75 Hard. I love what he represents. I love his message, his podcast. He built First Form into $1 billion company. Dude's a savage and a beast. And he came out with 75 Hard, which I think has a great premise. You know, it's 75 days of being very intentional, working out 2 times a day, eating a certain diet. I think abstaining from alcohol, reading a book, certain pages out of a book every day, drinking a gallon of water. Like, it's a blueprint to becoming a better version of yourself. And you'll see people that do it all the time and they lose a bunch of weight. They talk about how it changed their life. But also a lot of people follow 75 Hard and then afterwards they don't know what to do and they fall off. In fact, they go back to what they were doing before, which sounds crazy, right? Imagine having 75 days of progress, 75 days of forming good habits, doing all the right stuff. And then when you're done, you don't know what to continue doing. So you go back to the way you were living before. Like, it sounds crazy, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I had a call with one of my coaching clients who I mentor one-on-one yesterday. And he was telling me that he's on 75 Hard for the 5th time. And he has a pattern of doing 75 Hard and then falling off afterwards because he doesn't know what to do. And he goes back to eating ice cream, just kind of binging on whatever food he wants, not working out as much. And it's messed with his mindset, right? Because he has these periods of success and progress, but then he has these periods of inaction and procrastination and feeling kind of lost. And so what I want to point out here is that 75 Hard is a great program to develop discipline. You have structure. It shows you just how much you can get done a day when you're intentional, but it's not sustainable. Just like people that do the carnivore diet or keto, you see them lose weight and get results, and then all of a sudden a year later you see that they're the same weight that they were before the keto diet, right? They gained all the weight back. It's because it's not a sustainable plan. So they're spending all this time focusing on doing these things, whether it's 75 Hard or a specific diet, that they can't sustain. So it's almost like wasted time because, yeah, you get the result. Yeah, you put in the effort. But when you're done with that program, you don't know what to do. You don't have the right habits. You don't have the right mindset. You haven't created a lifestyle around these changes. So you revert back to your old lifestyle. It's freaking crazy, right? People are delusional if they think that that's going to work for them. So what I teach the men and women who are part of Unstoppable 365 is really how to create a sustainable plan. Using our app and creating their own personal blueprint, every client is different, something that they can execute day in and day out, 365 days a year, forever. And that's what I do in my life. And that's why I've been able to create success in my physique, in my health, in my business, in my relationships, as a family man, because I execute the same things day in and day out that I see having the most impact on these areas of my life. I have a very structured day and I upload everything I'm doing into Google Calendar so that I'm accountable and I'm living intentionally so that I perform the best I can in my business. So I'm always at the gym at a certain time. So I'm eating a certain type of way, right? A certain balanced diet. And we'll get into that in a second, what I actually eat. And then I'm intentional at home. I'm intentional about the time I spend with my wife and children. I'm there and I'm present. Like, I have all these things that I've put together to create a life by design. The thing is, most people who do these fad programs, they don't have a sustainable plan to follow. So rather than waste 75 days or a couple months or 90 days doing some fad diet, you'd be better off structuring a plan that you know you can execute day in and day out. And the great thing about the app that we have set up, our clients love it because we can track their progress. We can see who's doing the work or who's not doing the work, right? Your wake up time, you check a little box when you do it. Your workouts that have instructional videos and show you exactly what to do and the amount of reps and sets, check that box when it's done, right? We teach them how to track their calories and what foods they should eat and what foods they should avoid. We're creating a lifestyle around nutrition, right? Check that box when it's done. But at the end of the day, you checked all these boxes. Number one, you feel good about that. Number two, you're being held accountable. So me and my other team members can actually go into our app and see who's doing the work and who's not. And there's a level of accountability when making a change that is so important. A lot of people have a very difficult time changing. Humans in general do not like to change. We like to do what's known, what's predictable. But when your lifestyle, when your results, when your habits are not serving you, you got to freaking change, right? The craziest thing I see is a lot of people, when it comes to making those changes, would almost revert back to a life they say they don't want, a life that they actually dread, versus getting out of that unknown and getting uncomfortable and making a change. Whether it's going to the gym every morning and getting up earlier, eating a new diet, just getting out of your comfort zone, reading books. Like, they know these things are good for them, but when it comes time to doing them, they struggle. That's why having mentors, coaches, accountability, and support is key, because it helps you to do those things long enough until they become ingrained in who you are. And that's my goal for each and every one of the clients that I mentor and work with. I want to help you shift your identity. I want to see a paradigm shift in the way you view yourself, because when that happens, I know that you'll get the results and keep them forever, because you have to have them, because you identify with the results. That's your new standard. That's what happened to me. When I changed my life, it wasn't about getting abs or being fit or it was who the fuck I was. I have to be this guy. I have to be sober. I have to be fit. I have to be a present father. I have to be a good leader. Like, I have to be this man. This is who I identify with. So to not do the work is not even an option in my life. And I've told you guys this many times. I execute the same day over and over and over. 90% of my days throughout the year look the same. There's holidays, there's travel and vacations, those days are different than my typical day, but I have the same day, the same blueprint that I can execute 365 days a year. And even if I'm traveling, even if it's the holidays, I can still execute it, right? I know what workouts to do that build the physique that I want. I know how to eat in a way that gets me results, in a way where I can enjoy food, but eat food that's nutritious, that serves me, that doesn't deplete me, that's not crap, right? I like to read every day and educate myself, so I read 10 pages a day where I can take that information and apply it to my life and help clients or share it with other people. Like, I know what I'm doing each and every day. I have a blueprint that's methodically laid out. If you don't have that type of structure in your life and you're doing something right now that you know you can't sustain for the rest of your life, why the fuck are you doing it? You're wasting time. You'd be better off to create a day and a lifestyle where you go, you know what? I can eat that way every day for the rest of my life. That doesn't even feel like a diet. I'm not overly restricted. I'm just making smarter choices. I'm measuring away my food. I'm cutting out some crap. Yeah, I can stick to that plan, 90% of the time. That's the goal, right? Those workouts, that wake up time. Yeah, I could do that 90% of the time. Create a life by design. Not a life that's just 75 days where you're getting results and then going back to your old lifestyle. Not a diet where it's just 90 days of keto or carnivore and then you don't know what to eat and then you just sabotage your results. People want it easy and they want something that they know is going to work. Here's the truth. If you want real results in life that you can sustain, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to come quick. So just know that going into it. Rather than trying to get the quick wins and the quick results, create a plan that you can follow for the rest of your life. Create structure and routines and habits that serve you, that if you just look into the future based on those daily actions, that's the person I want to be. I can almost see that individual. If I get up at this time, if I do this workout, if I read these books, if I cut out these habits, if I spend my time this way, yeah, that's going to create the man or woman that I want to be. That's the goal. And guess what? That time's going to pass you by one way or another. And one day you're going to wake up and you're going to look around and you're going to be that person that you envisioned years prior. It's one of the best feelings in the world. I get to experience it every day. The things I'm doing today started off with a simple plan that I can execute and follow day in and day out. I had a vision and clarity around that vision, and I had a deep and burning why behind how and why I had to become that person. That's the driving force behind your transformation. Then you get a structured plan, then you get accountability, and that's when the life-changing habits and results take place. So look, if you're looking for a coach, if you want a mentor, if you want to level up your mindset, your fitness, if you want to be a more present father and a better leader, that's what I do at Unstoppable 365. This is the company I founded to make a massive impact on the world. We have an app that all our clients follow with structured workouts, nutrition programs, and daily blueprints with personal development that you can execute.
And we do weekly coaching calls. We hold you accountable. We provide a ton of support because we want to see you instill those habits into your life so that you can sustain that progress forever. So if you're looking to get connected with us or level up, go to unstoppable365.com. You can always reach out to me, Sean_Crane_official on Instagram or Sean Michael Crane on Facebook. I'd love to support you and take your life to the next level. Let's go, baby.